Oh, hi there, I didn't see you. You spooked me. I don't think we've officially met. My name's Kyle, though if you watch this platform, you know me as The Wild Reviewer. And this is The Wild Review. It's basically a platform where I've been reviewing television shows and movies that I like or dislike. I just basically have a lot of fun making little jokes here and there and giving my overall thought on what I think of what I see. Most of the stuff that I talk about is children's content because I'm not really into the adult stuff. Though I do watch adult things. I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who, Rick and Morty, People of Earth, Wrecked, a bunch of stuff. Today is the 100th episode of The Wild Review. This is where you insert the music. Yeah. Alright, I'll do it again. Today is the 100th episode of The Wild Review. See, you didn't do it. You didn't put... Yay! Hooray! 100 episodes! Before I start anything, you're probably gonna say, hey, wait a minute, there aren't 100 episodes. To which I say, yes there are. I've personally made the show, so I would know how many episodes there are. There are in fact 100 episodes. This is the 100th time I'm making a video that's going on this channel. If you go into the playlist area of my channel and you count how many videos are in each playlist, they will all add up to 100. Some videos that are missing are taken down because of copyright issues. One of them has a copyright strike, so that's completely gone. But there are in fact 100 episodes of this show. I'm going to be very honest with you. I didn't think I was going to make 100 episodes. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it past 30. And I'm being very specific. When I was at episode 30, I literally thought I was going to get bored of this. Because I won't lie to you, they are very hard to make. I know these videos seem very easy. A bunch of other people have review channels and they do very similar things like me. Some of them even put more work into their review videos than me. I've made a video talking about what goes into making a wild review, and it does take a lot. Because I have to actually watch the thing that I want to talk about, make sure everything I'm talking about is right, look up any other stuff that I want to talk about that relates to the issue, film it, which definitely takes about a half hour, maybe even sometimes an hour, because I don't do everything in one take. I do multiple takes because I stutter a lot. And the editing takes a very long time. Editing takes up to 3 days tops because I edit in stations. I don't spend every day editing. And then if I need to get footage for what I'm reviewing, that takes even longer because I need to find an easy way to get the footage and I gotta put it into the video, and it's sometimes annoying. And then it takes about 2 hours to export. Yay! 100 times I've done this. So you might be wondering, what am I gonna do for the 100th episode? Am I going to review something so many of you have wanted me to talk about? Am I going to do a clip show of every episode of The Wild Review? Or go over some great moments and show the highlights? Maybe even show some bloopers? No. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not reviewing anything. I could treat it like an ordinary episode, but I'm just very amazed I got to this point. I'm not going to do any highlights. I'm not going to do a clip show, mostly because every episode is basically the same thing. It's literally me standing right here, or in this chair, and just talking to the camera. Also, I don't have any bloopers. And even when I make bloopers, they're not funny. So what exactly will I be doing then? Well, I'm going to do something that nobody else really does when they reach 100 episodes or videos or 100 anything on their show. The main purpose of me starting The Wild Review was because I wanted to talk about bad stuff. Stuff like a talking cat or the Titanic animated movie or Teen Titans Go. Bad content is the main purpose why I started The Wild Review, and it had a slow start to that, but the main purpose was because I wanted to talk about things that I found awful, and stuff I didn't like in particular. So, with keeping the spirit of that alive, Today, for the 100th episode, I'm going to be discussing one of the most hated episodes of the Wild Review. I doubt it's the most hated, but it's definitely the most disliked video that I have on the channel at the moment. If you know what I'm talking about, and you know the most disliked video, you kind of have an idea what I'm talking about. For those who don't, I'll give you a hint on what the topic is. I was very arrogant when I made the video. I got all my facts basically wrong about it, and I broke the one rule in reviewing. I didn't review it at all. I can't make a trumpet sound at all. That's right, everybody, I'm talking about the Apple Watch video that I made. It's one of the earliest episodes in the Wild Review series, and it's definitely bad. So I think maybe we should talk about why exactly it's bad. If you haven't checked out the Apple Watch video, I don't really recommend you to watch it. If you want to watch it, you can, but I'll even admit it's not even that good. So then why did you make it? Great question, random viewer. So what's pretty interesting about this is when I started the Wild Review, I wasn't just planning on talking about television shows and movies. I actually wanted to be a little different than that and also talk about other things, not film related. I wanted to talk about just random things in general and review them as a whole. If you pay attention to what I say at the end of my videos, I say tell me whatever movie, TV show, or random thing you want me to discuss next. The Apple Watch is a random thing. I was hoping that I would get suggestions of me talking about just anything, like random things, like, you know, hey, what do you think of an addition to the Disney park or Universal Studios or something, or maybe even recently with the whole Spectrum's gonna drop Viacom channels, you know, stuff like that. I could have even reviewed random stuff like, hey, I could have reviewed this basketball that is really out of air. It doesn't even bounce anymore. Why did I review the Apple Watch in the first place? Well, let's get something straight. I didn't review the Apple Watch, as most of you have pointed out to me, which I'm very glad you have. The comments on that video are definitely things that have taught me a lesson when doing reviewing. And that's, make sure you have the product in front of you before you actually review it. I was treating the Apple Watch the same way I treat movies and television shows when I review them. You don't actually have a television show or movie with you in order to discuss it. But you actually need to watch what you're going to review in order to give your opinion on it at all. If not, that's not a review. That is your opinion on it, and it's your overall thoughts. The idea of it being a review is out of the picture. You can't actually classify that as a review. I'll give you an example. I've seen episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Star Wars, and I plan on seeing episode 8. I've also seen Rogue One, and that's probably as far as I'm going with Star Wars spin-offs. But I've never seen the prequels. So when I touch upon Star Wars, I have no right to touch upon episodes 1, 2, and 3. I'll agree that they're definitely bad based off of what I've heard from them and little clips that I've seen, but I can't give an overall thought or review on what I think of the prequels if I haven't even seen them in full. That's what's called judging a book by its cover. And that's something that everyone's guilty for. We judge a book by its cover all the time, whether it be a person, a book, a movie, anything. So when I made the Apple Watch video, I was very arrogant and was filled with so much hatred with this object that I treated it as if I was actually reviewing it, when in actuality, all I really should have been doing was keeping my mouth shut. I'm not saying one of the reasons why the video didn't do well was because I was attacking Apple. Not even attacking Apple, but just saying how I didn't like their products. I wouldn't say that's a main reason for the backlash of that video, because I'm not the only one in moderation that does not like Apple. I know so many other people that do not prefer Apple products. A lot of people, maybe even you, prefer Androids. Nobody really wants to deal with Apple's crap, and nobody wants to deal with Apple's products. What I think aggravated everyone the most was basically what all the comments say, that the video is not a review, which is the main thing about the video. It's not a review. With the title, The Wild Review, with a show like that, you'd think that everything that comes out of this channel is a review on something. And with an episode that focuses on the Apple Watch, I'm not touching upon the product of what I think of it in my own hands. I'm touching upon the product without even seeing how it works. When making the video, the points that I made came from online. These were things that I had heard, these are things that I found out about it, so I was mostly just discussing it and talking about it rather than giving an overall review of it. I gave my opinion on it, but that's not enough. In order to do a review, you have to do two things. You can review it and give your opinion. Those are the only two things that you can do with a review. You want to make a few jokes here and there like I do sometimes? Go on ahead. But you need to do this in this certain order. You need to review and then give your opinion. You can do one without the other if it's review and then opinion. But you can't do the opposite if you just have an opinion. Because if you just have an opinion and no review, that's not a review. And I think we can all agree that the Apple Watch is not a review. With all that said, if you, for any reason, got upset with the Apple Watch video, I am deeply sorry. I, for one, do not like the video that much. If you commented on the video saying this isn't a review, this was poorly made, you can't review something if you don't have the product, I thank you for those comments because you've opened up my eyes, and if you've noticed, I haven't really done that ever since. I've been very careful to make sure that what I talk about is accurate, and especially with the stuff that I review that's on television and film, I make sure to watch and pay attention to make sure I get accurate facts, to make sure that what I'm saying is in fact true. Not saying that what I said about the Apple Watch isn't true, but you kind of get the point. I make sure that I do in fact watch the thing before I talk about it, or have the thing in front of me before I come on screen and open up my mouth like an idiot and ramble about it for about 17 minutes. This was actually, believe it or not, something that was almost repeated when I talked about Raven's Home, which is the spin-off of That's So Raven. I had no intentions to watch the show at all and was just going to give my overall opinion on what I thought of the trailers that I saw, and even the overall thought of it. That is something that would not be classified as a review. Maybe the trailers would be a review, but the overall thought of what I think of the show, if I never saw it, that's not a review. I actually had to sit down and watch the show in order to give a full review on it. And I couldn't just watch one episode. I forced myself to watch another episode. I wanted to make sure I had 2 episodes, so this way this review felt accurate, and honestly, I think it felt very accurate. So again, I'm very sorry about that. And obviously I've learned from it. I haven't done it ever since. I've basically just been having fun poking at Teen Titans Go and other bad things, which has seemed to work. So thank you to all of you who have stuck around with me, and thanks for giving the feedback on that because it's definitely taught me something, and it's something I will never make sure happens again. Before I end this video, there is one other episode of the Wild Review that actually has more dislikes than the Apple Watch video. I said I was going to cover the most hated episodes, and there only seems to be 2 that have the most dislikes. Unfortunately, though, I can't say how many dislikes this one has, because I don't even know how much it has. I can't go back to it, because the video is taken down. One of my Christmas videos that I made, actually last year, so it hasn't even been a full year that this has happened, I made a video that was actually a review, so it's not the same issue as the Apple Watch, but this one was a bit more different. I made a review video on the Elf on the Shelf 30-minute special. Elf on the Shelf, if you don't know, if you haven't been around this last couple of years, is a very popular toy around Christmas time, which is a little elf that you put on a shelf. It's basically a product that forces your children to be on their best behavior. It kind of adds on to the whole Santa's always watching you. That's kind of the whole main idea of the toy. Somebody is watching you to make sure you're good so Santa can give you gifts. That's the whole purpose of the toy, and they decided to make a 30-minute television special to go along with the idea of the toy. Again, I don't remember how many dislikes it has. I definitely know it had a lot more than the Apple Watch video because the last time I ever took a look at that video, I know it had a lot more dislikes than it had likes. I'm not able to see that anymore. I'm not able to see the video itself, nor am I able to see how many dislikes it has or likes because it's taken down. I got a copyright strike on it for using content that wasn't mine, which weirdly enough is the only thing that I've gotten a copyright strike on. But I am able to look at the comments. In fact, before making this video, I did in fact look at the comments. Geez, some of you are pretty brutal. I'd like to say I know what went wrong with this video, but in actuality, I don't. I don't know where I went wrong with this. I don't know what I said that maybe would have offended anybody. I don't think I've offended anyone, but something definitely went wrong with this video. I can't say for sure what went wrong, but I'm just going to take a guess. So this isn't accurate. This could be the reason. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm guessing the reason why this got the backlash it did was because I'm talking about something I hate, and yet none of you can understand why I'm talking about something or making jokes at something I don't like, when clearly it's aimed for somebody not at my age range. I'm just going by the comments that I saw. Somebody called me out calling me a baby. I don't remember who exactly it is, but I'm going to show the comments. So this one said it was like, you know, this is obviously a baby criticizing comments about babies. I could be wrong on that. I'm just going off of my head. Somebody else said that for somebody that sure hates the thing, I don't have a problem with watching it. It goes along with stuff like that. Again, I'm not sure what went wrong with it, but I can definitely tell you this much. I did not enjoy making that video, and I didn't. So then why did I do it? Why did I make the video then if I didn't enjoy making it? And the real answer is because I thought it'd be funny. I even tried explaining that to somebody who seemed very upset with the video. And of course I got a response saying, yeah, I'm only joking. That's very typical for somebody to say. I genuinely was just joking. This is another video I probably shouldn't have made, mostly because it is touching upon a very touchy subject, kind of. The movie is definitely intended for children. It's not intended for me at all. I shouldn't even open my mouth when it comes to this kind of stuff. To be really honest with you, when watching the video to see if I can make any jokes, I did make a few, but there were times where like I was just forcing the joke. This was the video that kind of opened my eyes to make me realize, yeah, stuff like this doesn't work, and if I want to continue doing this, I need to actually put a little more effort into it and do things that I enjoy doing. I didn't enjoy doing this one at all. The ending of this video, I really wish I could have shown it, but I don't have any more clips of this episode. The only clip that still remains for this episode is this clip, which is actually seen in the intro of the theme tune for this season. This is the only one. If you're wondering what this clip has to do with Elf on the Shelf, it's because this is part of the transition from Elf on the Shelf to my other review, to my next review, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. If you've seen Elf on the Shelf or you plan on watching Elf on the Shelf, I have no doubt that they're going to be playing it this year for Christmas. They always play it. At the end of it, there is a happy song. The family gets together and they sing, and it's a happy ending. I got a thing with happy endings. I'm kind of sick of the whole happy ending things. But this one was absolutely adorable, and I'll admit that it was very adorable. But the way I played it out in the video, I played it as if, no, I'm a tough guy. I don't cry. This is absolutely stupid. Why am I touching upon all this stuff? I need to do something else. Like, that was complete bull crap. Like, you can call me out and say, wow, you're a effing idiot. Why would you do something like that? You're not funny at all. On that topic, somebody actually did say that I'm not funny. I'm trying to be funny, but I'm failing at it. Thank you for putting that comment. I'm being genuinely serious. That wasn't funny at all. Like, I cringe when I saw the ending of this video, and like, if I can't remember if I ever said, like, you know, hey, you should check out this video, it's pretty funny. If I ever said something like that, I was lying. I was lying. I was genuinely lying because I just wanted to make my stuff sound cool. That video also opened my eyes. Again, I'm not exactly sure where the issue came from, but I definitely know that the backlash off of it told me what I'm doing here is not working. And you'll know that ever since that video, basically from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians on, I've been making content that I feel okay doing. I've been comfortable with the stuff I've talked about, and I haven't really repeated anything that I've done in that video. In a way, I'm very glad that the video is gone. I kind of do wish it was still up though, because I want to show clips of it, like, you know, hey, I didn't really like that part, or I was faking this part and it just wasn't genuinely me. I really wish I did, but in a way I'm very glad it is taken down. Hopefully it does stay down, and nobody else gets to see it, because it is just genuinely a video that you could tell is just fake. Like, some of my reactions to it are fake. Again, the ending is completely fake. I hated the performance of the ending. I really wish I kept the footage for the behind the scenes stuff, because I don't do everything in one take. I mess up. Right after I made that little clip of me, like, I was right here, just like having a fit, like, I don't cry and all that stuff, you know what I was saying, and I literally just stopped and was like, what am I doing? Like, I just felt, this is not good. Like, I'm basically lying. Both the Apple Watch and... That's not how I count. Both the Apple Watch and Elf on the Shelf are two videos that have definitely opened my eyes when making the Wild review. With the Apple Watch, I've learned that I need to actually have the thing in front of me in order for me to even consider it a review. I can't just give my opinion without reviewing it. And with Elf on the Shelf, I've learned to be myself when I actually make the videos. And we knew it was a failure from the start, because if I didn't have jokes for it, if I did not try to play it off like it was the worst thing I've ever seen, which is exactly what I did in the video, and came out with the truth saying it was pretty cute, then it probably wouldn't have been a problem. So that video has definitely taught me, always stay true to what I talk about. To make up for that, real quick, Elf on the Shelf was pretty cute. It's for children. It's obviously for children. It's definitely not for somebody like an 18-year-old. The songs were pretty cute. In fact, they were pretty catchy. I will admit some things are a bit weird in it. But isn't everything kind of weird? Everything in moderation is weird. SpongeBob's weird. It's a talking sponge underwater. With all that said, I'd like to wrap up today's 100th episode. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for watching 100 episodes if you've been with me in the past, if you've been there since the beginning all the way to now. Thank you for checking out all 100 episodes. Thank you for giving me the time to kind of talk about these two things that I definitely messed up on. And I can promise you this, it's never happening again. Since Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, I've been staying true to myself with what I talk about, what I review, and I'm going to continue doing that until I get bored with this platform. Which is very possible. Who knows how much longer this has. Until then, thank you for watching The Wild Review today. My name's Kyle, also known as The Wild Reviewer, and I will see you next week when what am I talking about? Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's gonna be wild. Oh, that was awful. So, hey Arnold, let's talk about this. This is a very exciting one. I wasn't really that excited for it though, because if I can be honest, Hey Arnold wasn't one of my favorite shows growing up. I mean, I definitely watched it a lot. I have very fond memories of watching Hey Arnold. I know for a fact I watched it. But